Bo Nix is able to extend this play. Prentice is able to find his way to the end zone, working his way across the sideline there. Nix was unbelievable. 4 touchdowns in this one, over 300 yards. And look at LaJohn Humphrey. He scores a touchdown. You got guys stepping up to the plate in the Broncos' biggest game of the year. They were underdogs coming in, despite being 6-0 at the time at home. Just completely disrespectful. And Jordan Love's going to test Patrick Surtain 101, and that's never a good idea as he comes away with it, the reigning defensive player of the year. How about Bo Nix? Again, buying time, but his eyes are down the field. He could have easily ran this, but he's like, hell with that. I'm going to fire an absolute laser. Again, to little Jordan Humphrey, man. He just stepped up and had himself an afternoon. And now Nix in shotgun finds Cortland Sutton 101, and you cannot put Sutton 101 down in the red zone, man. You're just going to lose that every single time. Yeah, Bo Nix is him. He's that dude. And he's stepping up here. Another perfect ball to Troy Franklin. Of course, they've got the Oregon connection. And wow, the Broncos are now 12-2 on the season with 3 games left. They've got the Jags, Chiefs without Mahomes, and then the Chargers. I cannot believe it, but the Broncos are finally good again. Let's go. Yes. Yes, man, that's what I'm talking about. The Denver Broncos have won 11 straight football games. Remember, they started off 1-2 with losses to the, of course, Colts and Chargers. And now, fast forward, they're the number 1 seed in all of football. They have the Jags, Chiefs, and Chargers next up. If the Chargers just lose one of those 3, then the Broncos will win this division. The Patriots lost today. The Chiefs, of course, lost. Unfortunately, Patrick Mahomes did tear his ACL, and he will not play against the Broncos. And as dark it is to say, that is obviously an advantage for the Broncos because they're going to have to play them next week. So Denver is on top of the world right now. This wasn't a flawless game by any means, but Bo Nix just absolutely balled out, and the defense got it done. In the second half of this game, they only gave up 10 points. And against a team like the Packers and what they do offensively, you'll take that any single day of the week. The Broncos, by the way, haven't lost at home. They're 7-0. They're the only team in football to claim that. But Nix, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. I thought Nix made a couple of mistakes that just thankfully didn't cost him. The Packers weren't able to come away with the football. But the difference is that, well, Denver did come away with takeaways, and the Packers simply didn't. That's usually what it comes down to when 2 very good teams play each other. RJ Harvey did lose a fumble early on in this game, but after that, the Broncos did not turn over the football. And then, of course, you look at Jordan Love. He had 2 interceptions. And, man, I mean, that 1-2 Surtain where he was looking for Watson, that was a big-time play. I mean, absolutely game-changing. The Broncos, they were down 23-14 at the time. There's not many corners that can run with Watson, but Surtain's definitely one of them. I mean, this was the defensive player of the year last season for a reason. Jordan Love threw the ball 40 times. That's exactly what the Broncos wanted him to do coming into the game. Josh Jacobs, I thought, was very good, especially given that he was questionable with a knee injury coming into the game. But ultimately, Bo Nix just absolutely diced up this Packers defense. Cortland Sutton, 7 for 113 and a touchdown. He looked like a man possessed. Lil Jordan Humphrey had his best game of the season, 3 for 42 and a touchdown. The Broncos went for it on 4th down a couple of times and didn't get it. They've got to clean that up, man. There's no reason you cannot get a yard. I mean, anything 4th and 3 and under, I trust the defense to get that. Or sorry, I trust the offense to be able to pick that up. And I like Sean Payton's aggressiveness because playing conservatively, I mean, yeah, I think playing conservatively is underrated, especially with a defense like Denver. But if you want to win the Super Bowl, which obviously this team wants to do, you're going to have to make those aggressive decisions and trust your quarterback. And Bo Nix did not disappoint in this game, man. He was freaking awesome. And the Bo Nix has really become one of the more underrated quarterbacks in football. I mean, he's thrown for over 3,000 yards to this point, 23 touchdowns. He's top 14 in QBR. QBR is an opinion stat, so I don't think that's like a good metric to use. But Nix in the 4th quarter, there hasn't been anyone better, in my opinion. Like, when the 4th quarter comes, Bo Nix at his best, and that is just exactly what Denver needs. So given that the Patriots lost, well, now all of a sudden, Denver has a game lead on them. And they have a schedule that's very favorable, kind of. I mean, Jags are very good, Chargers are very good. But those are 2 games that I don't see why the Broncos wouldn't be able to win them. And then the Chiefs with Gardner Minshew, that's definitely going to be a good matchup. I think the Broncos win out the rest of the way, and they finish 15-2 is crazy. And of course, at that point, yes, they'll have the best record in football, and they'll have home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs. They'll get an extra week of rest, of course, which is massive, while the other teams kind of gut it out. And if we're being honest, like, there isn't a team, in my opinion, I'm biased, obviously, but I think the one team that stands out is Denver, and that's us. Like, the Patriots Jags, Chargers, Bills, like Texans. Like there's some teams that are tough, but I think the Broncos. I mean, they have the best defense in football. Bo Nix is slinging it, and the weapons are starting to show out. Troy Franklin had a couple of catches in this game, and you look at also RJ Harvey, despite the fumble, I mean, he still had 65 yards and a touchdown. Obviously, had J.K. Dobbins not gotten hurt, the rushing attack would have been significantly better. But, I mean, it's football. Like, injuries happen. It just kind of is what it is. Bo Nix also is able to use his legs and get out of the pocket and just create, and he did that time and time again, especially when he hit number 83, of course, moving to his left and just found him working his way across the field. So Nix, I have full faith in him. Yeah, absolutely. I wanted the Broncos to make a big time trade deadline move. They ultimately decided not to. They kind of committed to their guys, and I mean that's going to benefit them. I mean, keep your picks and still potentially be able to win it all. I mean, that would be the best possible case for Denver, and I just don't know if anyone can beat them. Like the Broncos, they beat the Chiefs. I know the Chiefs kind of stink, but the two teams that were in the Super Bowl, they beat the Eagles. Now they beat the Packers. A lot of people are kind of counting out the Broncos and saying that, hey, look, this team is just kind of beating up on the bad ones, and they're not going to be able to beat the elite ones. Well, again, they've beaten the Eagles and they've beaten the Packers, arguably the two best teams in the NFC. And in the AFC, they're going to play the Chargers. That's going to be a big test, but they'll be ready. The Jags is a big test. But, man, I think the Broncos do finish 15-2. I wouldn't be shocked if they lose one of the next 3 games, but even if they do, they'll still be the number 1 seed. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty damn good. But the goal coming into the season was to win the division, and it's looking like the Broncos are going to do that. And then now it's just, okay, look, we've got to go out there and win a Super Bowl because you never have you never really have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. It's so difficult. Like a new team pretty much every year wins the Super Bowl. And Denver, it feels like it's their time right now. But they've constructed their roster to be competitive for a very long time. And just give credit to Sean Payton. And obviously, definitely give credit to Vance Joseph as well because the defense stunk before he took over. So, and even going back to like the first year he was here, it wasn't like, there was that crazy game where the Broncos gave up 70 points, which I literally honestly almost forgot that happened because it just looks like a completely different unit. I'm just so happy for Bo Nix because all the talks coming into the season were that, oh yeah, Denver's defense is good, but Bo Nix is going to have to make plays. He's going to hold them back. Even this season, people doubted the Broncos. Teams are still being favored playing against them. It's just disrespectful, like I said at the beginning of the video. And Nix has become a weapon. Yeah, he wasn't perfect, like I said, but at the end of the day, he makes winning plays, and the Broncos wouldn't be where they're at without him. When the game's on the line and you have a quarterback that is clutch and just wants the ball in his hands to be able to make a play, that's the type of guy that you want to build a franchise around. And when you have a defense this good, I mean, you don't need Tom Brady. You just need a guy who's not going to hurt you and is going to make the right plays and be a leader. And Bo Nix just absolutely balled out, and I'm so happy for him, man. I really am. Nix is a hard worker, man. He's worked his ass off to get to this point, and it's clearly showed. I mean, I can't wait to break down his film tomorrow. I'm just excited thinking about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I'll have clips from the game, obviously, tomorrow. It's your boy, Daily Broncos. I'm signing out. Let's go, baby. 12-2.